Andrew is the food service director at Longmeadow Public Schools in Longmeadow, Massachusetts. He will be demonstrating safe procedures for operating a food cutter, also known as a buffalo food chopper. Because of the sharp blades and electricity, using and cleaning a food cutter can be dangerous. Please review the segment on electrical safety before using this piece of equipment. This illustration shows you the parts of the food cutter that you should know. Before using a food cutter, you need to follow a few general safety guidelines. Do not wear loose clothing or jewelry because they can get caught in the equipment. Before starting or changing food preparation tasks, wash your hands. Follow the food code and your standard operating procedures for glove use. And be sure all equipment, pans and utensils are clean and sanitized. Because the food cutter has sharp blades and moving parts, use caution when operating and cleaning the equipment. The machine guard protects you from the cutter blades. Keep your hands away from the blade when it is in place. Keep your hands at a safe distance from the bowl and cover. Always use a spatula, not your hands, to guide or remove food from the bowl. Now, Andrew is going to show you how to safely use a food cutter to chop carrots and celery. First, check that all of the machine power sources are off and unplugged. Lock the cover into place. The cutter will not start unless the cover is locked in place. Be sure to have the food you wish to cut near the cutter and ready to be processed. Then, turn the circuit breaker or wall switch on or plug the machine into the electrical outlet. To start the food cutter, pull out the start-stop switch. Next, carefully place the food into the bowl. As it goes around the bowl, it will be processed. Remember to keep your hands at a safe distance from the bowl and cover. When you see the food processed to the state you desire, push in the start-stop switch. This will stop the food cutter. Now, unplug the machine from the electrical outlet or turn off the breaker or wall switch. Follow the lockout, tagout procedures. Unlock and raise the cover. Be careful around the blade. Use a rubber spatula to remove food from the cover. Next, remove the comb, which is the piece that sits between the cutter blades to keep them clean. Now, turn the knife shaft, moving the blade to a horizontal position. Carefully remove the blade from the knife shaft by first loosening the hand knob that keeps them in place and slide it off the shaft. Now, remove the bowl and the bowl cover. To do this, turn the bowl clockwise and lift it from its supports. Lift the bowl cover off its supports. Safe cleaning directions. When you finish using the food cutter, clean and sanitize it to prevent cross-contamination. First, wash, rinse, and sanitize the blade and comb in the 3-compartment sink. Do not leave the blade to soak in the wash or rinse sink. Sanitizing time will depend on the type of sanitizer used. Check your operation standard operating procedures. Remove them immediately after cleaning and leave them in a specified location to air dry according to the standard operating procedures. Next, wash, rinse, and sanitize the bowl cover and the hand knob. Using hot water and mild detergent, wipe all outside surfaces of the food cutter, including underneath the equipment. Keep water and detergent away from the control panels and electrical components. Rinse, sanitize, and allow the machine to air dry. Then, put the blade and comb back together and tighten the hand knob securely. Replace the cover and lock it for storage. Keep the equipment in good working condition and the blade sharp. If your food chopper is not working properly, tell your supervisor immediately. Never try to fix it yourself or ask someone who is not trained. This concludes the cutter chopper segment of the training. Please take a few minutes to answer the review questions provided by your supervisor. You should get a demonstration in addition to this training to ensure your safety when using the equipment. If you have any questions or need more help to safely operate the equipment, ask your supervisor. Remember that cutter choppers may be different, and you should always refer to the user's manual provided by the manufacturer for more specific instructions, or ask your supervisor.